So I'm loving the filter, by the way. Yes, I have to point out this is a filter. So, in the midst of me being an author, this is my third year. I'm approaching my third anniversary as an author, and I'm 3 books in. And I wanted to encourage people, and not just authors, just business owners, where you have to vend, and you're in like whether some type of space where you can sell at different festivals or events. Make sure you can afford to be there. Okay, like for instance, my first time doing book fairs was within like the first year, maybe the second year I was an author. I can't remember. I want to say it was the first. And I regret it as much as I felt like, well, I made connections. Nah, I spent too much money. I spent too much money being in a space. I didn't sell as many books. And one of the issues I'm going to talk about later on, but in this video, is don't vend and then spend. Like I would vend, like I'm thinking about the Black Ink Festival in Charleston. Yeah, I sold some books, but I ended up buying this one young lady who I told you about, Winifred. She had artwork. I bought some artwork from her. That canceled out all my sales that I made on my books. Like, don't vend where you spend. So let me go back to vending. So I'll admit I was spending between maybe $150 to $200 to vend in some of those spaces. I didn't make a quarter of that back in my book sales. So to me, that was not worth it. Okay. But like now, I just booked 2 events actually. One is in Camden, one is in Sumter on the same day. And the vending fee for one was $55 and the vending fee for the other one was $25. I can afford that. Even at $55. If I sell so many books, that will cover my vending fee. And then possibly I'll get booked. But you never know if you're an opportunity. Like I'll admit, I want to get to more festivals. I want to perform at more festivals. But my issue is sometimes they want to charge. So I looked up at the Black History Festival they had maybe a few weeks ago. And not a few weeks ago, it was in February. He just randomly asked for someone to come on stage and perform. So here I was able to perform. People saw me perform. People recorded me performing and ended up popping up on people's pages and they saw me. So it was like, that was a free opportunity where I didn't have to pay to be on the stage. I got an opportunity. God will look out for you like that. So again, when you vend and you book these places, maybe make sure you can budget. Okay, I can afford to lose $50. It's okay. But lose 100 and something, that's not cool for some people. Now, some people, they can afford that. Okay. Because you think about the exposure you get being at some of these events. And I'll admit both of the book fairs I did not, if I really be honest about it, they did not have the foot traffic I was expecting. I did not get the sales I was expecting. So as a result, it came up as a loss. I connect with offers? Yes. I also learned, even my mom was there with me. I learned how to set up my table, what to add, what not to add. I even got some ideas. So it was a learning experience, but I wouldn't have done that twice, if that makes sense. I did it like back to back. Again, going back to don't spend where you vend. Now, if you can afford to spend like that, then do that. But if you know you got to be mindful of your money, you got to be mindful of your budget, then don't be spending over your money. I'm thinking about one event. I paid $35 to vend there. $35, that's cheap. Granted, it was a smaller space. It was in Charlotte. And what got me though is there was a young lady who, I featured her in before, but she does patchwork leather, purses, earrings, even skirts. I bought one from her. And then there's another lady who takes cigar boxes and turn them into clutches. I bought one from her. That canceled out any books. And I think I only sold like 1 or 2 books that day. So be mindful of that. And I love supporting, especially Black businesses, especially local businesses. I love supporting. So sometimes I find myself going more in my pocket than I need to, not realizing you need to take care of you and your household too, Ryan. But I believe in being a blessing. But nevertheless, I have to know, okay, Ryan, just take their card and you buy their book later. Like, that's what you have to do sometimes. And somebody might look like you being shady or being selfish, but they're not. And you can do what me and Georgia Nubia did, who I want to shout her out. Georgia Nubia and I performed. We met at our first slam. Ironically, we're performing for the first time together at an event. I'm going to put the picture up. Performing at an event together. I wanted to vend, but for whatever reason, I did not get with the lady. It was a lot going on. I think I got sick, so I forgot to buy a vending space. So Georgia Nubia was like, you can be on my table. So I was allowed to set my books up. I'll admit, I don't think I sold any books, but still, she allowed me to set my books on her table. Georgia Nubia, oh my gosh, I'm learning so much from her. So she does hats, she decorates and paints, she has paintings, she has, and she has books. Like, I'm gonna say she has at least 5 books. She does a whole bunch of other stuff that is, when I wanted to buy her book, which I need more authors learn to do that. I wanted to buy her books, and she wanted to buy my books, and she says, let's barter. You give me 2 of your books, I'll give you 2 of my books. And it might have been 3. I gave her 3 and she gave me 3 of hers. Even trade. Versus like I'm thinking about somebody now who he bought my book and I bought his book. So it was like we could have just exchanged books. We didn't have to exchange money because it's still the same thing, you know? So let's do more of that.